Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome back to Coffee with Kerri. Oh, wait, that's me. Anyways, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. We started this series just to have a nice conversation and really a thoughtful approach about talking about pets and people and the community. So we have different topics all the time that we discuss, and I think it's great for people to be here. And thank you all for being here. I don't know what's in your mug today, but I won't tell you what's in mine because I've had a slow start. I know what's in Dr. Katie's. It's tea because she needs to get going for the day here. But I think as all of you know, veterinary care has probably touched each and every one of you. If you've had a pet, you know what it's like. It's the panic. It's the, oh my gosh, is something going to happen? Is the leg going to fall off my dog because it's itching and it's red? And how do I get into the vet and they can't see me right now? There's all these questions. So we want to talk a little bit more about veterinary care and really how it hits all of us. But more specifically, we want to talk about veterinary care and what we do here at Santa Barbara Humane and how we help the community and what it looks like. Because a lot of people think of us as a shelter, right? Yeah. I mean, but we're so much more, which we'll talk about all of that stuff and how we're looking at animal welfare in the future and how we're looking at access to veterinary care in the future. So it'll be fantastic. I'm really excited today to have our Chief Veterinary Officer, Dr. Katie Marrie. She's here and her leadership and compassion and work is just amazing. We are so lucky to have her. She'll talk about herself in a minute. She's really good at that. But just kidding. But not only is she a veterinarian, but she also on her own went ahead and got her master's degree in shelter medicine. A lot of people don't see that or hear about that much, but it's a whole different step in shelter medicine to veterinary medicine. So I couldn't be more excited to have a conversation today with you, Dr. Katie. And so I'll tell you what, why don't we start off by you telling us really what brought you into veterinary care and how you got started and why here?
Yeah.
Not just because of me, but why you're here.
So I went to school at UC Davis for veterinary medicine. I graduated in 2008, but before that, I actually used to teach marine biology to fourth grade through 12th grade kids. And it was for a nonprofit. And when I got out of vet school and I started working in private practice, I realized that I missed having that connection to a mission every day.
Yeah.
And being a part of a nonprofit was something that I was really interested in exploring. And so I ended up, you know, in the field with animal welfare, realizing that was the place for me every day, getting to come in and be a part of a greater thing happening. And then I ended up here. Actually, I went to UCSB. I'm a Gaucho.
Woo, go Gauchos.
Yep. And my sister and her family live here too, so I wanted to be closer with them. So I was very, very happy to be able to combine my love of family with also an amazing place to work.
So we just had the perfect catch getting you in here for sure. So, while we're on that topic, tell us what is the difference between like veterinary care from a shelter perspective and private veterinary care?
Yeah, I mean, actually, in a lot of ways, we have many similarities in that a patient comes in and we figure out what's going wrong with it, and we treat it. The main difference in animal welfare, and especially here, is that we have a department that part of their job is to get grants to help our clients.
Right.
So we are able to help lower a lot of those costs for our clients to be able to come here and get that access to care for their pets. Private practices can't do that. They would have to, take money out of their bottom line to pay staff and stuff in order to help with that. So it's amazing that we're able to help so many people with being able to get those grants from foundations and private donors.
So as the CEO, I do know the answer to this. However, since most people don't know the answer, what all do we provide to our community?
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. When I first got here, we were doing some spays and neuters and vaccines for the community. And over the last 6 years, we have added examinations where we're helping with skin problems, eye problems, limping, you name it. Everything will come in through here. We also provide dentals with extractions, mass removals, amputations, a ton of different surgeries for people to give them a more affordable option when they are having trouble.
So how do we work with our local veterinarians?
It's pretty amazing. I feel so happy to be a part of this community. So many of the veterinarians are so glad that we're here, so that if they have somebody that comes to them that is not able to afford the care through them, that they have another option that they can give them. And we work really closely with a lot of the emergency hospitals and doctors around here. They have my personal phone number and they text me and ask me how we can help people. And it's just amazing to be a part of that. Everybody wants the best for the animals in this community.
We do. We all want the best. I mean, animals are just so much part of our family and we love them. And for most of us, we'll do just about anything for our pets because we know how much they give back to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about it. Why don't you share a story, one of your favorite stories, with maybe what's happened here at Santa Barbara Humane?
Oh yeah, I have a great story.
You have a lot of great stories, actually.
No, but
every board report, she puts together these great stories, and the board will end up crying or going, oh, every time. So.
Yeah, I included these photos because I wanted to talk about Chapo today. Chapo came to us about a year ago at our Santa Maria location. And the family had been struggling a while with him in regards to having urinary stones. And they had already spent a lot of money. And Chapo, unfortunately, was very young getting this problem. He was only 3 years old and they had had multiple problems with him. So they had to bring him to us for humane euthanasia because they weren't going to be able to afford to care for him anymore. And my team sort of said, oh, what's going on? Like, hey, this might be something that we can help with. And Chapo's owners were thrilled. They let us go in and perform surgery on him. We had I think it was the first week of one of our new veterinarians and a senior veterinarian, and they were performing the surgery and they were really struggling. He was not. We weren't able to get the stones out, and so they ended up.
That's really painful.
Oh, it was critical because he wasn't able to urinate.
Ugh.
And so because of that, it was a medical emergency.
Okay.
And they were struggling and they didn't know what to do. And so we realized that we were going to have to create him a new urinary tract. So we actually got the textbooks out and figured out how to help him. And
because normally that would be like a high-end specialist
trying
to figure that out.
I
think about moving the urinary tract from where it is to creating another one.
There was no other option. Otherwise, he wasn't going to make it.
Oh.
And so we got the textbooks out and they figured it out. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing to be there and be a part of it. I wasn't actually in the surgery and they were so excited. Everything worked out. And he ended up, the reason why he had stones in the first place is because he had a liver abnormality. And so we figured that out and we were able to get him on a special diet and some medication. And they still come to us for help. They're coming. We get donated dog food that's good for his condition. And we're able to continue helping this family with this special dog food that he needs. And they're over the moon to have Chapo with them still. Wow. And it's just so fun for us to be a part of those stories.
Wow. So now he's a little pisser. Right, because his urinary tract has been rerouted, so he's good now.
Forgive Kerri.
I'm sorry. You have to put up with me. I don't know what's in my mind, but all good here. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that you just say, "Let's try it. Let's do this. Let's get to yes," because otherwise the result could have been
nothing anyone wanted.
Yeah, and the family is just elated.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last year we spent. For families who can't afford, most of us on this call, we can afford veterinary care. Yeah. And it's expensive in Santa Barbara. But a lot of people cannot afford veterinary care and want their pets to be healthy. And last year alone, we spent over $600,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Providing families the care that they need, because this is, as a local nonprofit, our community helps to fund us so that we can pay for those.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Almost $650,000. In 2 years before that, it was 200,000 less than that. So every year we're spending more grants and donations to help us with these animals to get care.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, for the people that work here, that is one of the best parts of the job. Because there's so many places that you could work where someone comes in and you're recommending something and they can't afford it, and then they leave and you have no idea what's going to happen with that animal. And so our team gets to feel great every day that if somebody comes in here and they're struggling, that we can say, yes, let us help you.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
exactly. Well, I know that there for a while, especially after COVID and stuff, people are having a hard time getting into the veterinarians and everything. And there's a shortage of veterinarians, right?
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit more about that? And how are we helping to provide more veterinarians for the future?
Yeah. Yeah. So we are very lucky here that we do not have a veterinarian shortage at Santa Barbara Humane. We currently have 9 veterinarians on our staff.
And they're all full-time.
Yep. And they're just incredible team that we have. And one of the things that we've been doing here over the last 6 years is we're part of a training program. So veterinary schools across the country, and actually even UK, send students to us for 2 to 4 week periods, and we help teach them about shelter medicine, access to care, spay-neuter surgeries. We're able to be a part of their training, which as a previous teacher, it's one of my favorite things.
But they're older than the 6-year-olds that you taught
correct.
before, right?
They're a little bit easier to teach. And
they can reach the table.
That too. They don't need a step stool.
Right. Okay.
We also get people during their first year out. They're in an internship year, and they'll come through here. And we hire a lot of new graduates. So 3 of our staff members actually came through as students through our program here. And so it's just amazing to be able to help educate our future veterinarians that are going out there and support them in that journey.
I want you to tell a story about this young lady is absolutely amazing, and her family is absolutely amazing. And the family learned about us through their daughter. Can you talk about her, Sierra?
Yeah. One of our favorite volunteers. She's incredible. She started volunteering with us during high school, was actually part of a project through high school. And then she finished that and refused to leave, which we were very, very much fine with. And she kept coming back and she wanted to know more. So she lived here in the Santa Barbara area, but she would drive up with me to Santa Maria to help up there.
Yeah, because we have 2 campuses. We have one here in Santa Barbara, and we have one in Santa Maria. So we are the largest animal welfare organization in Santa Barbara County.
Yep.
Back to your story.
And we, so she would drive up there with me and help with our big community cat days. We do a lot of trap, neuter, return of community cats up there. And she just learned so much. She was able to start vaccinating and microchipping, and she recovered animals. She learned so much. And then, of course, when she decided to go on to college, I was able to write her a very nice letter to help get her into school, and she's pre-vet right now. So we're hoping that she stays the path, but we'll support her whatever she does. And she's back for summer and already here every holiday. She's coming back. So it's just so nice to see her growing in her journey too.
So we don't have a veterinary shortage because she'll probably be back to work for us
anyways
because she loves it here. But because of that, and because of the love, and she went home and told her parents, and we'll talk about our future here in a minute, and how we're expanding our veterinary care. Her parents stepped forward to donate $1 million towards our new campus.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. This is how much the family loves what we're doing, understands what we're doing, and really wants to make a difference in our future. Because if you all have not been here, I encourage you. you can email me at ceo@sbhumane.org, and we'll put that in the chat in a little bit. If you haven't been here for a tour, come on out. I will give you a tour. It's amazing.
She gives a good tour.
And you'll learn, I won't charge you. And you'll learn so much about this organization. Because I hear two things.
Yeah.
People can never come, they're like, oh, Kerri, I could never go there because I would cry or I want to take them all home. Trust me, once you come here and you do the tour, you'll have a different view, and you'll leave with just happiness and joy in your heart knowing everything that we do here. But anyways, back to veterinary care.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask a question that I know you're like, oh my God, everybody asked me this. This is the number one question that everyone asks Dr. Katie. And every time she did what she just did, she rolls her eyes. What's the best food I should be feeding my dog?
You are.
Or cat?
Yes, either one. They're both very important. The reason why I hate this question is that it's just very hard to give an easy answer, right?
Okay.
It would be so easy to just say, let's do that. I think it's really important to make sure that any food that you're giving your pet has had a veterinary nutritionist involved, and it has been studied to make sure that it's okay for your pet. So that's actually pretty easy to find, because there will be a label on the dog food or cat food that says that it's been approved and studies have been done, diet trials specifically.
So that's what we need to look for.
Yeah.
There's a little label on the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are my favorite.
Otherwise, you don't know the ingredients and certain things that are in there, maybe?
Yeah, and that's, there's so much stuff that's come out. There's a lot of boutique type foods that have come out just because of the difficulty. People are struggling with the companies and stuff like that. But the concern with that is that sometimes those studies haven't been done properly. And so you can have some deficiencies and stuff. Your veterinarian is always the best person to be able to advise you. Definitely, they have way more knowledge, than some of the people that are at the pet store, which is generally where people get some recommendations from. But and with cats, please give your cats wet food, because they need a lot of moisture in their diet.
Got it.
So that is definitely one I will stand by. Give them lots of wet food.
I've heard when it comes to feeding that both dogs and cats can be really picky when it comes to eating, right?
Yeah, not
More
mine,
so
I have a
cat.
Labrador.
Right? Well, unless it's a Labrador. Yeah, exactly. But I heard that dogs can go longer without eating, but cats can't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get your poodle, chihuahua, they definitely, you put something down that they've seen 3 times already and they just stick their nose up it and walk away.
Right.
They will eat when they're hungry, I promise. Don't put cheese and hot dogs on it, because then they just get fat.
Or have diarrhea.
Yes.
And then you have to run to the vet and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah. But actually, I think what you're alluding to is if there's a cat, especially an overweight cat that goes a few days not eating, they can have a really bad problem with their liver, and it can be life-threatening.
Wow. Okay.
So that can be really scary if your cat's not eating.
And then along those lines, I mean, with food and feeding, humans need to be concerned about their weights, and animals need to be concerned about their weights.
Yeah.
Not just because it might affect their liver, but their
that increased weight on them is really bad for their joints, and there's a lot of other conditions, diabetes, cancers, lots of things. There was a really cool study that was done that showed that a leaner dog actually had a longer lifespan. So I know it's hard for us. Again, I have a Labrador, to not give treats all day long. But yeah, having a dog that's not overweight is really important for their lifespan.
There's healthy treats, right? There's
carrots.
There's
correct. You can still have fun and give treats.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Like my foster dog. I foster dogs all the time. My foster dog just wants to be pet. That's all. She's just like, I don't care about the treats. Just pet me.
Yeah.
So
you find whatever they love, and
gives
that to
exactly. And same with cats. Sometimes they just want to play.
Oh, yes.
Do something crazy.
Mine comes running for her dental treats at night.
I tell my foster dog, I'm like, after she eats, I say, it's time to brush your teeth. And she comes over and gets her dental bone. I think it's really cool. But the dog's just like, give it to me right now. So anyways, let's talk about us. Let's talk about
Okay.
Santa Barbara Humane
Mhm.
and how we are so different and unique in our veterinary care. And as a local nonprofit, and we don't receive funding from any national groups, we're not connected with any national groups. It's our community that really, really steps up.
Yeah.
I know when I started 8 years ago, we were doing about 5 spay neuter surgeries a day.
Yeah.
And today, with both campuses, how many surgeries do we do in a day?
We could do close to 80, 100, depending on how many cats we're getting in. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We just keep growing, and the need from the community is there. So we listened to the community and we said, what do you need? And because we realized that they can't afford sometimes going to AVS, then that's where we worked with the local veterinarians. And our donors have given us money to support us to be able to say, we got you covered. We're going to take care of your pet. And I love that we do that. But how are we as a veterinary team really approaching veterinary care differently and more proactively than we ever have in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think then in a way, just having that access to care is the biggest thing that we're doing. So, veterinary care in general it's amazing what has been happening because we study things and we learn more, and so we're getting closer and closer to human medicine. I mean, animals get MRIs.
Yeah.
But in turn, that just makes veterinary medicine more and more expensive also.
True.
So in a lot of ways, what we try to do is provide that first line of helping people figure out what might be going on with their pets. We have a lot of capabilities here in order to help people that are really struggling. But we also help people with just their vaccines and just basic care that they need. So that's just, it's such an incredible difference to be able to, we provide what's called like incremental care. So instead of doing all of the tests and x-rays and everything day one, we sort of see what's going to work with you and figure out, okay, can we just start with this to see what's going on and take it step by step to try to make it a little bit more affordable.
Yeah, sometimes if you throw everything, you don't know what the root cause is, and so you got to figure it out. So
you could write every test in the book and still know what's going on, which is not fun for anyone.
I love the fact that our team is like, how do we get to yes? How do we keep the whole family unit together? And that's what's really, really exciting. So for those of you who will be coming on a tour with me that haven't seen our current veterinary clinic, it is about pea size, and it was built in the 60s, and it's really run down, and it doesn't suit the expansion that we have. So this entire campus, we've been here since 1960 on this campus. Our organization has been around since 1887. Most people are like, whoa, that's crazy. That's why I have gray hair. But we're one of the oldest humane organizations in the United States, right here in little Santa Barbara, which is amazing. But what we're doing now is we need to get into the future. What we have now does not suit what we need to do for the animals. I mean, last year we saw 43,000 clients through our veterinary center. 43,000. I think that's the largest that any vet clinic in Santa Barbara County has ever seen.
It's very busy.
Yeah. So we need to build for now and the future. So we are doing a whole capital campaign, and our veterinary center is going to be 4 times the size, and we can do so much more, not only for our community, but beyond. Ventura, SLO, whoever needs help, because most shelters do not have a public veterinary clinic attached. And they can't afford, most people can't afford to go to a regular vet in other communities. So we're really doing that here. But with this new campus and the expansion, what's really going to make that so innovative and so different?
Oh, it's hard to pinpoint one thing. First of all, as you alluded to, we've completely outgrown our facilities. We used to have one veterinarian here 5 days a week, and now we have 4 veterinarians here 7 days a week. So our lobby is now one of our examination rooms.
Yes.
And sadly, everyone has to wait outside because we don't have a lobby anymore. So, oh my gosh, this place is just going to be so amazing to be able to help the community, and they'll be able to come inside. And we have so many exam rooms and a huge surgery suite. We'll be able to take more students on because of that.
Okay.
As you said, the county's below and above us, but right now we even have people come from Los Angeles County
Yeah, true.
up here. So it is really, I mean, we're here to help wherever we can.
Yeah.
So.
And transition into the future, whatever that looks like, with
Yeah.
all of our medical needs. But
Mhm.
let's switch to the human side for a
Okay.
minute. So we talk about veterinary care and we talk about what we provide, but what role does compassion play in veterinary medicine? I mean, this isn't just about helping the animals. This is really about involving and helping the human side too. And it's a very compassionate world and role that you guys are in. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's so much. It's just us animals that we have compassion for, right? Every person that brings an animal to us, that's who we're having that relationship with, and the compassion for whatever it is that they're going through or how we can help them with their animal. We're constantly, making sure that what it is that we're recommending is something that the person can actually do.
Yeah.
So having compassion towards that owner, that family, their circumstances, it's not just about the animals.
Yeah.
And how we can make sure that we keep that family together.
Yeah. So, what we always say is we want to be here from the beginning of the journey with your pet to end of life services. And the end of life services is one of the hardest. If for any of you that know me, and Dr. Katie, we both lost our own personal pets within the last couple of years, and it's never easy, especially when you come to work and there's surrounded by dogs all the time. But as we move forward and we understand how hard loss is, we've actually, one of our staff members, we have great information on our website at sbhumane.org, but we will have someone reach out and call you if you need help during that grieving time. She has her certification. Her name is Denise Gardner. And so we want to help through that entire process. So we've really looked at, what does this mean for you? What does your pet mean? And how do you go through this journey of loss? So again, through the whole thing, we want to be there for the people and the pets. It's just amazing. Let's take. Oh, wait a minute. I have a timeout real quick. We have a special guest that just joined us. I am so sorry.
Clear this way.
Here.
Who's your pretty little monkey?
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So this is the perfect little break.
Yay.
For those of you that don't know, hi, who is this? Do we have a name for this little one?
We're finding out.
We're going to go with Clara. Miss Clara.
Hi, Clara.
So for a lot of people, what you don't know about our organization is we actually transfer in animals from overcrowded shelters. We just did a large transfer of kittens from Los Angeles to help out down there. And we just took in about 20 dogs from Fresno and Bakersfield. Our length of stay for our animals is right about 10 days. So they come in and they get families. The community trusts us with, making sure, oh my God, that is too cute. Making sure that you can find the right fit for you and your family and your new pet coming in. So this is just one of many of the pets that we have. And I love it when we have a special guest join us. Maybe we should do this more often. Have somebody come in. Okay, yeah.
This is how we really wish we spend our whole day.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I could be this content. And I learned something new the other day. That, oh, I know. We should name her Pepper. Let's go with Pepper. Black pepper. What do y'all think? Okay, we're going to go with that. Anyways, I learned something new the other day because I love learning. It's all about learning in life. That we all know that animals can heal us, right? It's a given. And we know that vibration can make you feel good, whether it's vibration in a song or a tone or someone's voice. But cats purr at a vibration megahertz of between 50 and 100. What does that mean? It means that when they're purring, not only can it help you reduce your stress, but it can actually help to heal the body. So animals have so much more to offer us than we'll ever know in our lifetime. We just need to pay more attention to the things that they do give us, whether it's a cat or a dog, a senior puppy, doesn't matter.
I think my blood pressure is plummeted.
Yeah, you're okay. You're gonna fall asleep on me here, so yeah. So let me just ask one question here. If someone listening today wants to support the future of veterinary care in our community,
Yeah.
what's the most important thing they can do or understand, really?
Well, I think if they want to support, we would love to have their support, first of all.
Of course.
Donating to causes like us can really help the people in the community and the animals and really go above and beyond to make a difference in the lives of not only these dogs and cats, but especially the people that consider them family.
Yeah. I mean, there's like Chapo. When Chapo went back home to his family and they thought that he might not even live.
Yeah.
I mean, what a gift.
That 3-year-old dog.
Boy.
Yeah. Now he's running all around. Got lots of photos of him going to the beach recently.
So cute.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you ready for this next part?
Okay.
So now we're gonna enter the Q&A portion. So please put your questions in to the chat and make sure that it goes to the Zoom host, which is Santa Barbara Humane, and we will get those questions. We'll try to answer all of them. If not, we will get back to you to make sure that we can.
Unless it's about food.
And don't ask about food. Dr. Katie doesn't like that. Just kidding. So go ahead and put your questions in there and we can move forward. And keep drinking whatever's in your coffee and wait for a couple questions. Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah.
So my pet seems healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still need an annual veterinary exam?
I mean, I go to the doctor every year. Do you?
I do.
Cats especially are notorious hiders of what's going on. They don't tell you when they're not feeling well.
Yeah.
So getting them checked out regularly annually by your veterinarian is really helpful. Blood work can also tell you a lot. So performing blood work, especially as we're getting older, is really helpful. But yeah, a lot of times we get an animal in just like a general check over and they have an ear infection or they have dental disease. So there's lots of things that you might not realize are going on with their pet. So getting them checked out every year is a great thing to do.
So I'm going to add on to that because we get asked this question sometimes. If you have a cat or a dog that's indoors,
you don't have a cat.
I know. Do they have to have vaccines every year if the cats or dogs are indoors?
Oh, they do. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, here, you have to do this because this cat's really excited about that.
Don't give me toys to play with.
This is what I'm working with here.
Yeah.
Yes, even if your animal is indoor, it's really important to get vaccines because you can actually bring stuff in from outside into your pet. And then also with cats, we do have rabies actually here. We have rabies in bats. Yeah, they found rabies in bats. So if you ever find a bat inside your house, make sure you contact.
Who do you call?
County
Animal Services. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to get everybody checked out in your house, but yeah, it's really important, and it's they're very safe to. We've had these vaccines forever, and they're safe to give. So make sure you get your pet vaccinated.
Yes, please. Keep everybody healthy, right? Ooh, another good one. I like this one. It seems like the world of veterinary medicine has become dominated by women. Is this true? And how has that affected the field? In good ways, I hope.
Well, I think it's good ways because I'm here. Yeah, it has. We definitely have a higher percentage of women veterinarians that are graduating every year. I'm very happy to say that we actually have a lot of males in the clinic that are working, and then also to the shelter.
We do.
So we do have a good mix, but yeah, it is predominantly more of women in the field, and I think that some of that is a lot of our nature and just wanting to be in this field with compassion and empathy and working with these guys. And
Yeah.
obviously lots of males have that and are in the field too, but it
They
is
do.
interesting how it swayed that way.
They do. I think overall women are, they show their emotions a little bit more. And so sometimes it's a little bit easier to talk to. I know when I walk up front and I see our veterinarians will go out and talk to you outside and just sit with you and tell you what's going on. And I love watching that. So it's so cool. What about dentals every year for cats or dogs? They're very expensive.
They
So
are.
yeah.
They are.
Why?
So they're really expensive because I mean, I actually don't like going to the dentist personally. I just grin and bear it. But that would be a lot for an animal to undergo a cleaning. And many of them have to have extractions, especially later on in life. So you have to have it under general anesthesia. So that's why it ends up costing a lot more money.
Okay.
And some of the procedures can take a really long time. However, the earlier you do stuff, the better. So Kerri and I were kind of alluding to the fact that we have our pets that get treats.
Mhm.
So there is an awesome website, veterinaryoralhealthcouncil.org, VOHC.org, and they have all these products listed that have been studied and proven to reduce plaque and tartar. So if you're doing that from the beginning, you can really delay having to do those under anesthesia dentals. But when you do need it, you need it.
Yeah.
That can affect the liver and the kidneys and all sorts of things. So they are necessary. So making sure that you're saving the money for that and preparing for that is really helpful.
These are great questions. I love all these questions coming in. How do I know when a problem can wait for a regular appointment versus when my pet needs immediate veterinary attention?
That's so hard.
It is hard, but give it your best shot.
Okay.
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 Remember, she's a veterinarian and not a psychic. I'm just saying. Maybe you are.
I mean, I think in a lot of ways, you know your pet best, right? So you know when they're not doing well. So, you know, if they're not acting like themselves and you think, oh, well, they're still eating, but they're a little sluggish, that might be okay to wait until the next day talking to your vet.
Mhm.
But if obviously if there was significant amount of bleeding or if
drop on the
if they're
floor.
not moving,
Yeah.
yeah. If it's been a few days that they haven't, you know, definitely that's really important. So if you're concerned, then it's just, you know, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'm one of these like, oh my God, his nails hurt. I should go to the vet. And
yes,
you know, for myself, I would just feel better going to the vet, even if the vet looks at me and walks out and goes, it's fine. I would rather know that.
No,
than
we're so glad you came.
That's right, yeah. But I would rather know that than spin it in my own head. So again, like you said, you know your pet. If something's wrong, you know, maybe it's an upset stomach. Maybe you can wait a little bit if it doesn't seem bad. But otherwise, if you're really concerned, just call your vet.
Yeah.
Now they have some telehealth stuff too with the veterinarians, which is great.
We have an urgent care in Santa Barbara now too,
Yes,
which is really nice to be able to have that in between care of emergency and regular.
Yeah. Oh, I love this one. What are some of the most common health problems you see that could have been prevented earlier with veterinary care?
Itchy skin.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of this time of year, especially. Lots of itchy skin, usually because of fleas, because we have a lot of fleas here.
So get flea medication.
Flea medication are really important. Yeah.
What can you do when they start getting itchy skin? Because this time of year they start chewing at their paws and scratching like crazy. Are there some things they can do?
There's so much that can be done.
Okay.
And it really kind of depends on what might be the underlying cause. They're itchy because they're allergic to something, whether it be flea bites or just like us, the pollens and the grasses and everything that's out there, food allergies. So yeah, your veterinarian can kind of track down what might be going on and help take care of that.
Can animals be allergic to humans?
They can.
Really?
Yeah. One of the things that
I'm allergic to you. Can you just move?
I'll get over here.
Okay.
Human dander is one of the things that they check for, which is so funny because it's like, you know, when pets were outside and they were on the porch, it didn't matter that they were allergic to us, but now they're sleeping in our beds with us.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. All right. We've got another one popping up. I love this. When should I have my pet spayed or neutered?
Oh my gosh.
And what are the benefits of the procedure?
You guys are really, these are great.
I love it.
Okay. So I think it's really important to talk to your veterinarian about this too, because there's lots of different studies that have shown different things and the benefits of how early or how much later. And so it's really important, like based upon your breed and the sex of your dog or cat. Actually more dogs, cats, it's like just do it at 4 months. There's no reason not to do it early with them. The benefits of it are preventing unwanted pregnancy, some mammary cancers, breast cancer, lots of infections that can happen. So there's lots and lots of benefits. So talking to your veterinarian about the pros and cons and what's going to be best for your family and your pet, that's the way to go.
So at what age do we, so we get a lot of animals in, like I said, from other shelters. What age do we spay and neuter?
We will do it as early as 2 months. That is shown to be safe and effective.
Okay.
And the reason why we do that is because animals have to be spayed and neutered in order to legally in order to leave the shelter.
That's in California, or is that?
It's in a lot of states, but in California it is one of the requirements. So we do have to spay and neuter them before they leave. And again, so many benefits to doing that. The risks of doing it are pretty low and, can be balanced with making sure that your pet is a good weight for the rest of its life.
Yes.
Especially with orthopedic condition.
Sure. Excellent. Okay, I think we're coming up on our end here. Again, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Get a hold of me if you want to do a tour, CEO@sbhumane.org. Check out our website at sbhumane.org and look at our future campus on there. You can see and figure out ways to really help out. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, taking the time, spending it with us and with little Pepper. And Dr. Katie, sorry, that was,
But had some construction noise that scared Pepper a little bit.
Oh, yeah, they've got construction. We have construction going on right now behind us, which is amazing because we're already starting phase 1. Our clinic will be in phase 2.
That vibration is not the same as a cat purring.
No, it's not. That vibration is annoying if y'all can't hear it. Anyways, we are so grateful to our community who have just stepped up since 1887 to say, we support you. We want to help you to continue doing the work that you do. And we, with our new campus and our work expanding, it's been crazy year over year. It's not going to stop. And we'll continue to do this work as long as we have pets around and in our lives to make us happy, to keep them healthy. And we want to provide the best that we can. So tell other people about us. We want people to really come here and know that we are a resource for this community. And whatever that looks like, it's a way of how do we get to yes to help you? Because if we can help a family by paying for this surgery like Chapo, right? Mm-hmm. That keeps an animal from entering a shelter. If we can help a family by providing dog training classes, which we do, that helps an animal from entering a shelter. If we can provide a family with food because they just are having hard times, that keeps an animal from entering a shelter, which is why we're able to help so many other organizations actually throughout California, which is amazing. I love my staff. I love the work that our team does, and they're so compassionate. You should really come meet them. But again, any other questions, anything that you need, pop them in. We will get back to you if we don't have the answers today. I want you to join us next time with Coffee with Kerri, me. That's just so weird to say, right? Coffee with me. Our next conversation will be on August 6th, and we're going to be talking about, which is actually one of my favorite topics, because I tend to go this way, is adopting seniors and special needs pets. So join us on August 6th when we have that conversation, and we're going to continue to have these conversations about a variety of different topics, and I have a feeling we will not run out. I hope you all have a very positive, awesome day. Thank you.
And come meet Pepper. He's purring.
Purring Pepper.
Yeah.